Good morning, everyone. Let's take our seats and get started this morning. We have a big program today. So happy all of you are here. I'm going to begin with my best friend Barb and Brian Palmerino, and we've been doing music together for I don't know how many years. Barb and I, we met in 1990 something. 96 or 7, been singing together ever since.
67?
2006, I thought. 2006.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
Yeah, so,
Does that make it? That makes it
a long time.
like 16 years? 16 years.
Wow. Yeah. So, give my buddies a big welcome this morning. We're going to start with a song called I'm Standing on the Edge of Creation. Barbara and I wrote this song on the way to Prescott one day in the car.
For our choir.
We want you to sing along.
Yes, please.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
Everything's behind me. There's nothing in my way. Right here I co-create my world with the words I say. 'Cause I'm standing on the edge of creation.
Let's try that one more time. I want to hear you.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
I'm standing
on the edge of creation.
Everything's behind me. There's nothing in my way. Right here I co-create my world with the words I say. 'Cause I'm standing on the edge of creation.
Give it up.
All my stories,
Give it up.
all my judgments,
Give it up.
all control. Give it up and let God let go. Right now, standing on the edge of creation. I'm standing
on the edge of creation. Feel it? I'm standing on the edge of creation.
I'm
standing on the edge of creation.
Everything's behind me, nothing in my way. Right here I co-create my world with the words I say. 'Cause I'm standing on the edge of creation.
Gonna take action.
Build up courage.
Take action.
Find my voice.
Take action.
With God alive,
Take action.
allow myself to shine. Right now, standing on the edge of creation. On the edge of a cliff with the wind in my hair. Speak my word into the emptiness there. With a powerful knowing from the core of my soul. The universe conspires to make it so. going to greet each and every one of us together today with our welcoming statements. Together, we love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. Okay. And our opening prayer this morning will be by Dennis Hubert.
We're going to have a casual morning prayer today. Shorts. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes a little bit. Just lower your gaze, soften your gaze. Let's just take a nice deep breath. And another nice deep breath. And as we let it out, just drop into our heart space. And from this sacred place, we are so thankful that all of us get to be here today, to be the presence of God in this place, to be the love of God, to be the joy of God. We're so thankful for the people who can't be here, who are here in spirit. We bless them. We send them our love. We send them our joy. We bless our world that we live in with peace and harmony. And we know all of this is true. And so it is.
So it is.
And then we will have Reverend Julia Norton with the Daily Word.
Good morning. Good morning. Today's daily word is harmony. Harmony is the song of my life. Harmony is an integral part of music, adding layers of intricacy and depth. Without harmony and rhythm, a musical composition would be a little more than a dissonant cacophony. I said that right. Cacophony, okay. I've been saying that wrong all my whole life. With the resolution of each chord and the synchronization of every note, a symphony can touch my soul with peace. Similarly, my soul finds peace as I seek a chord in my relationships and every interaction I have. From a place of love and tranquility, I bring compassion to every situation. With the giving and taking of compromise, I build understanding and trust. I approach every interaction with faith and the expectation of harmonious results. Harmonizing my mind and heart with the world around me, I welcome to do my part to create goodwill, meaning, and beauty. And from Romans 12:16, live in harmony with one another.
And now we will move to our song to prepare us for meditation. After the song, Julia and Barbara will do the singing bowls. There will be no clapping after the song, so we can stay in that nice meditative space.
And when I see my reflection in the still shows me a reflection of all that's going on inside me. I can stop resisting, if I can stop resisting, if I can stop resisting, I can find my peace in you, in me. I know it's gonna be okay. God then told me to say, I'm letting go, and I surrender. I'm letting go, and I surrender. I'm letting go, and I surrender. I open my heart to your spirit.
Is this on? We are going to bless you with a singing bowl meditation. Relax and enjoy where these sounds go. Just close your eyes and let it happen. This is the crown chakra. This is the third eye chakra. This is the throat chakra, and this is the sacral chakra. Just enjoy it.
gratitude that comes with Thanksgiving, but that this wonderful group right here, this family, holds dear and close to your heart every day of the year. This song is about gratitude, so I invite you to sing along as soon as you catch the tune. I want to say thank you. That's all there is to it. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. For Mama's love and a puppy dog's kiss, to a crimson summer sky, for desert sage and the smell of baking bread, to the breathy sound of a baby's sigh. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say, and for my home and the comfort of my bed, I want to say thank you. And all that I have left to learn, you can sing with Jeanne. I want to say thank you. For the smell of rain and the sound of a stream, I want to say thank you. And the song of a mockingbird, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. And for the abundance in my life, I want to say thank you. Every person I call friend, I want to say thank you. Every joyous moment in the world, I want to say thank you. Every single helping hand, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. For a table full of friends and family, I want to say thank you. And the taste of homemade pie, I want to say thank you. For the love and peace of God inside me, I want to say thank you. Every tear of joy I cry, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. One more time. I want to say thank you. Hold in your mind what you're thankful for. Close your eyes a moment. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. What are you thankful for? I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Go ahead. Now sing it with all your heart right now. I want to say thank you. Sing like no one's listening. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
On that note, been on the board for 10 years, more than that. Mark Meeker has been on the board for 6 years, but he has been dedicated to us for more than 10. And so we have a card here to thank you for your service today as you take your leave. And you and your beautiful wife, Virginia, go on and celebrate your lives together. So we just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. I'm all verklempt. So, this month, we are having a wonderful time looking at how we can all become miracle workers. Following the Master Miracle Worker's words, these things and more you can do. We are doing this by looking into the 12 conditions of a miracle, which is merely a sequence of cause and effect. A sequence of cause and effect. Setting the universal law, which always says yes, into motion. And it's always for a specific purpose. These 12 conditions, or states of consciousness, were taught to us by Jesus when he performed the miracle of feeding thousands with just a few loaves of bread and 2 fish. In the course of that miracle, there were 12 specific conditions, or states of consciousness, that he established. We learn this when we delve into the deeper meaning of the passage as revealed in the original Greek language. So up to today, we've explored the first 7 of the 12. So let's all say them together as we remember them. Number 1, emptiness. Number 2, alignment. Number 3, asking. Number 4, maximizing. Number 5, giving. Number 6, grounding. Number 7, seeing. And today, we're going to look at miracle conditions 8, 9, and 10. So condition number 8 is gratitude. And he ordered the people to sit down on the ground. Condition number 6. And he took the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish, and he looked up to heaven. Condition number 7. And he blessed them. Blessed them are the words that activate condition number 8. Bless them are the words of gratitude. The Greek word used that was translated into blessed in the traditional passage can indeed mean blessed, but it also means to praise or to speak well of or to give thanks. The mindset that calls forth miracles is the mindset of gratitude. Condition number 8, and I think all of you knew that this would be one of them, gratitude, right? We all know to manifest we must be grateful for what we already have. Author Sarah Van Brecknock once wrote, "Every time we remember to say thank you, we experience nothing less than heaven on earth." Did we just not experience heaven on earth during that song? Charles Fillmore in Prosperity wrote, "Be thankful for every blessing that you gain. This will keep your heart fresh. For true thanksgiving may be likened to rain falling upon ready soil, refreshing it and increasing its productiveness." When Jesus had only a small supply, he gave thanks for the little that he had. This increased that little into such an abundance that a multitude was satisfied with food, and much, much was left over. Blessing has not lost its power since the time of Jesus. The same power of multiplication is right here today. Peace and thanksgiving impart the quickening spiritual power that produces growth, and it increases in all things. Miracle workers are invariably filled with gratitude. They eat, they sleep, and they breathe gratitude. Miracle workers experience every event, every moment in profound appreciation. They find great delight in the simple gifts that life has to offer, and they never wish for more. Why would you? Miracle workers even give thanks for all experiences in their lives, knowing that they come together for good. Even those that don't smell like apple pie baking in the oven. Last week, I shared with you a quote about seeing the end, which was condition number 7, from Admiral James Stockdale, who was the highest-ranking United States military officer in the Hanoi Hilton prisoner of war camp during the height of the Vietnam War. And I read to you in part what he said in an interview when he was finally released. I never lost my faith in the end of the story. I never doubted that I would get out. Because last week I wanted to focus on his keeping his eye on the end result, I edited what he said a little bit. Here now is the full extent of what Admiral Stockdale said. I never lost my faith in the end of the story. I never doubted not only that I would get out, but also that I would prevail in the end and turn the experience into the defining moment of my life, which in retrospect I would not trade. In other words, grateful even for the challenges. So here's a fun little list of gratitude statements we can think of. I'm thankful for the mess to clean up after a party because it means that I've been surrounded by my friends. I'm grateful for the clothes that fit a little too snug because it means that I have enough to eat. My shadow who watches me work because it means that because it means that I'm in the sunshine. All the complaining I hear about our government because it means we live in a free country. I'm grateful for the lady behind me in church who sings off key. This isn't my list, you guys. Because it means that I can hear. I'm grateful for the lawn that needs mowing, the windows that need cleaning, and the floors that need vacuuming, because it means that I have a home. I'm grateful for the pile of laundry and ironing, because it means my loved ones are nearby. I'm grateful for my huge power bill, because it means I'm both warm enough and cool enough. I'm grateful for weariness and aching muscles, because it means I've been productive. And for some of us, I'm grateful even for the alarm that goes off in the morning, because it means that I'm alive. I could go on and on and on. So I want you to take a moment right now to reflect on something that you can be extremely grateful for, that you can bless as it relates to your dream, your vision, your goal. Just as Jesus was grateful for and blessed the substance that he had. And with that, now let's move on to condition 9 and 10. Conditions 9 and 10 are articulated in the words that follow what I just shared. And he took the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish, and he looked up to heaven, and he blessed them, and he broke them, and he gave them to his disciples. And the disciples placed them before the people. Condition 9 is acting as if. So here you are, standing in Jesus' sandals. You look out at the thousands and thousands of famished people. You have indicated that you're going to do something about it, and that it will defy the known laws of time and space. That you're going to feed the entire crowd, and yet you only have an armload of food. You offer the blessing, and now what do? It's time to fish or cut bait, right? Well, without skipping a beat, Jesus started breaking up the food for distribution. In other words, he began to act. And he acted as if the existing supply was sufficient for everyone. Without hesitation and with great confidence, he began to break the existing food into smaller fragments. He completed this stage of action by then distributing the fragments into the crowd. The most important thing to remember about is acting as if. Is that it begins with the word acting. Miracle workers don't just pray and visualize. They act. They do things. They break out through the barriers of inertia and doubt. And they get moving. Our metaphysics often metaphysical. That's a coined term by Maria Nemeth in The Energy of Money. But they're metaphysical because we don't move into any action. All we think is, we gotta pray, we gotta visualize, but then we gotta act. And it's not just act, it's authentic act. Be authentic in our action. Miracle workers know that if they do not act, no one else will. You have all no doubt heard the story of the man desperately pleading with God to let him win the lottery, but he never did win. One day God got quite fed up with this guy, his constant pleading and whining, so he said in the most booming voice, "Well, at least go buy a ticket." Yeah, it's a very old, but it's still very good illustration of the importance of taking action. Ernest Holmes speaks a great truth in the Science of Mind textbook when he says, all the power of the universe is in you. Feel it, know it, and then act as though it were true. William James, the psychologist who coined the phrase, act as if, and it will be, wrote, seize the very first possibility to act on every resolution you make. And on every emotional prompting you may experience in the direction of the habits you aspire to gain. To begin is often half the battle, right? There is a great statement that we often use, what God can do for me, God must do through me. So think about this idea. The activity of God is expressed by providing us with unlimited good. Our action, however, is the operation that completes the manifestation of God's good. So here's a question for you to ask yourself regarding your particular miracle that you're working on. How would I act if I didn't think my desire were impossible? How would I act if I didn't think that my desire were impossible? How would I act? We have set unconscious areas of the possible. And unfortunately for us, we've often refused to try or even move beyond these limits. We draw a box around ourselves, and then we refuse to venture beyond its borders. But limits are being broken down all the time by people who choose to live in that question. What would I do if I didn't think it was impossible? The impossible happens all the time. Think of Olympic athletes. For years and years, the record for running a mile hovered just above 4 minutes. Many people said that the limits of physical capacity had been reached and that it was impossible to break the 4-minute barrier. 4-minute mile barrier. But then, in 1954, a young man by the name of Roger Bannister did it by that. And he crossed the mile finish line in 3 minutes, 59 seconds, and 4 something. 4 tenths. He broke the 4-minute mile barrier. We might think, well, he just got lucky. Or the wind was with him in that perfect way, and he had that extraordinary abilities, and that only 1 in a million people could do that. Well, here's the interesting thing about his breaking the impossible barrier. In almost no time at all, the mile was run in under 4 minutes, 66 times. By 26 different athletes. When something that for years was considered to be impossible was suddenly proven to be possible, look what happens. Act as if it were not impossible and find out that it is not. And now we move on to condition 10 of 12. Engaging the cycle. The miracle of the loaves and fish is characterized by a circular flow of energy and resources. For those of you that remember Reverend Joel Baer, he always talked about circles. Circles were Joel's thing because he believed in the power of circles and the flow of circles. So let's see, conditions 1 through 9 are established. Energy flows toward the miracle worker. In the 10th condition, the miracle worker causes the incoming flow to circle back. so that it travels out away from him. So in the passage in Matthew, it tells us, he gave them, meaning he broke broken pieces of food, and he gave them to his disciples. And then the disciples placed them before the people. He returns the food to the disciples, and then the disciples give it back to the crowd. The disciples gave it to him, he returned it back to the disciples, and then the disciples gave it to the crowd. This sets up a circular current. It's a cycle. The manifestation process occurs while the energy is looping back. So at the end of the miracle, when the remaining fragments are gathered and returned, the energy comes back full cycle. The circuit is complete, and the engine is primed for another powerful stroke. Remember how this miracle began and ended with Jesus going away alone. So Michael writes, Todd Michael, every enlightened person in history has tried to tell us that we receive as we give. It will always be true. What goes around comes around. We reap just as we sow, and we give, so we shall receive. There is one important exception. When we consciously establish a circular current in conjunction with the other conditions of miracles, resources can actually multiply as they pass around the circuit. Seeds that are sown by miracle workers can grow many times over to produce an enormous harvest. The phenomenon is what happens as electricity flows through a transformer. As electrons flow around and around a series of circular coils within a transformer, the power is increased. The voltage of the electricity that emerges from that transformer greatly exceeds the voltage of the electricity that entered. This idea of activating the cycle sets up a synergy. The total is greater than the sum of the parts. Now, to activate this condition in your life, when you receive, always looking for ways to give something back. So we work on this until it becomes a reflex. If you can't return it to the person whom you've received it from, return it to somebody else. Remember the pay it forward phenomenon of several years ago? You know, that's what we're talking about here. Another really important thing about cycles is remember that growth occurs in cycles. Consider the growth of rings of a tree. Even the greatest tree in the forest has weathered droughts. So we have to honor ebbs and tides. When the tide goes out, don't panic. It's going to return. Don't ask, what's wrong? Ask, how does God want to express more fully right here? Think of the circle. The top part is getting out and curves around the bottom. This is the downtime. And then it curves back up to the top. That's receiving. And you're going to give out. Never put downtime. Receive it. And now we have the 10 of the 12 simple yet life-transforming conditions of a master miracle worker. A master miracle worker has attained stillness. Stillness of the mind, and is beautifully grounded in the presence of the present moment. A master miracle worker is aligned with the spirit of love through compassion. A master miracle is a vehicle of giving and has a conviction behind his visualization. A master miracle worker stays focused on the source and is grateful for everything. A master miracle worker acts confidently, without hesitation. And a master miracle worker relaxes through every present cycle of life. You may not feel like you are a master miracle worker, but do not let that stop you from opening up your consciousness to these 10 conditions. Don't let that stop you from diligently establishing these 10 conditions through practice. And you will move from a state of being a novice to the state of being a master. These things and more you will do. Be sure to join us next week, because next week we will finish with 11 and 12. And Sheila and I are working on doing something fun together to wrap that whole thing up. So it's going to be fun. So be ready next week, because you're going to all be masters of the 12 conditions of miracles.
I'm a test.
And now let's go on with our offering. Saying our offering statement together. Preparing to give gifts in the basket over there on the table, if you so choose. Or think of other ways too. If giving is not easy or possible, you can always give of your time and talent. There's a group of us going to the Andre House to volunteer today. Julia and Amy and I and a couple of others are going to go and feed the homeless. So exciting. So let's say our offering blessing together today. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am so blessed. Thank you, God. And now we will sing our Karen Drucker song together. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed.
together. We give thanks for these many blessings of today and know they are a symbol of the inexhaustible substance of the universe. I give thanks that 10 times this much and manifests perfect ways. Thank you, God. And now it's time for our announcements. We have, if you all didn't see, we have cards to sign for Reverend Tony. She is, it's a little early for her to begin, so Kate and Marie are going to go visit Tony today. And if you didn't get a chance to sign the card that Kate brought, it's back on the table, so you could just say hello to Tony in the card. We'd really appreciate that. Also, Betty, did you have an announcement for, yes, we do. We have a flyer. So I will let you explain and I'll pass the flyers.
Okay, I've been trying to work with the explorers this summer, and there have been some things I think working against us, like people are gone on vacation trips, which is wonderful, and the weather was hot, so we didn't really have much going on. And so I don't really know what it is you guys are interested in doing, but I wanted to let you know, Laura Harden made me aware of this in the library. There's this little brochure about things that people can do, and they have there are a lot of these, and they're listed on your paper. They have a lot of places that they will give you a little brochure, and you turn it into the library, and they will give you an opportunity for free tickets for 2 people. And you know, places, Julia has talked about wanting to go to the Heard Museum. That's a $23 entry fee. So having 2 free tickets is pretty wonderful.
Wait, what's
so
the 12?
would you write on here, just put a check mark or an X or whatever next to the things that you were interested in and you might go to, and if there's a place, a restaurant that you like, write it down on the bottom, and if there are other things that you would rather do than these things, then turn the page over on the other side and let me know, because I need your help to know where we're going with this. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jeanne. Oh,
Daddy, are we supposed to put down what we want to do?
yeah, which one or 2?
And then next week we are going to celebrate the life of Ernie Haywood. We'll have Ernie's daughters will be here next week. There has not been a celebration of life for Ernie yet. Ernie was a member of our church for many, many, many years. She used to stand up here and always lead the music at the end and sometimes in the middle. And so her daughters are coming. I think she has 4 daughters. And so in the beginning of the service, we're going to have a little celebration of Ernie's life and her contributions to our church. Also, our prayer partner today is Dennis, and he'll meet you in the back over there if you'd like personal prayer. Thank you all for signing up for the volunteer things in the back. I think we've got a pretty good schedule for October. People are shy about doing the opening prayer, so maybe we need to have a class on that. Of course, we have our Reiki meetings every Tuesday at 9:30, and Betty can hook you up if you would like to start attending that. And then also our prayer meetings every Wednesday with Julia at 10 a.m. Our musician for next week is Diana Perez. Haven't seen Diana for quite some time. And then I just want to say thank you. Just kidding. I want to say thank you, Amy and Dennis and Mark. I was always setting up and did a great job. Appreciate you. And Julia. Appreciate you coming early. And of course, thank you, Kate and Maria, for bringing the flowers. They look absolutely gorgeous. Really appreciate you. Anything else? I think we've done it. Barbara.
I just wanted to thank Dennis for yesterday.
Oh, thank you. Yes, the pet blessing.
Thanks for coming.
It was so neat.
It was really precious. I was so grateful for it.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Ela.
When does Betty want these back?
Betty? Betty, when would you like the flyers
I'd
back?
like these back today, please, and I'd like the pencils too, if you don't really need one. If you need one.
Thank you. Let's all stand and we'll sing the peace song and we'll close with a prayer for protection. Oh, thank you, Barb and Brian. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanne. Rev. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, for peace was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me. Yes, this is our moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. And wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Praise God. Have a wonderful week, everyone.